And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of South Carolina Aiken's J.H. Satcher Field for today's softball doubleheader between the USC Aiken Pacers and the Fayetteville State Broncos. Leading things off for Fayetteville State is the third baseman Shea Seward. As Caroline Cockrell delivers the first pitch, we are underway here between the 13-5 Pacers and the 5-5 Broncos. I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us on your Monday afternoon. The 0-1 is up and away for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 from Cockrell is a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go ahead and give you the Pacer defense while we have the chance. Catching for Cockrell is number 7, Caitlin Powell. Over at first base is Jessica Smith. At second base, we have Katie Painter. And at shortstop is K.B. Moore. And the third baseman today is Macy Hutto, as Caroline Cockrell delivers strike 3 to Seward for the first out. And that will bring up the shortstop for the Broncos, Grace Vincent. Move on into the outfield for USC Aiken. Center fielder today, Deja Robinson. Over in right field, Courtney Strauss. And Shaq Bosket takes over in left field to finish off the defense. 0-1 count now to Vincent. Brushes the outside corner for another call strike, 0-2. And strike 3. Cockrell gets her on 3 straight pitches for back-to-back strikeouts, and it's 2 away here in the top of the first. Riley Williams will dig in, the first baseman for Fayetteville State. And she chases one upstairs and outside for strike 1. Sent on out into right field. That'll get through for a base hit. Or will it? No, it won't. Courtney Strauss guns her down from the outfield, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as USC Aiken gets them down in order. We are moving on to the bottom of the first. It is no score with the Pacers coming to bat. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the first inning about to get underway with Katie Painter leading it off for the Pacers. A quick 1-2-3 inning ended with an unconventional 9-3 putout in the top half of the inning. Bernica Adams is in the circle for Fayetteville State as she is set to deliver the first pitch to Painter, which is just on the upper outside corner for a call strike. Behind the plate today for the Broncos is Lena Reed. Over at first base, we have Riley Williams as the 0-1 misses for a ball 1-1. At second base, Mallory Carpenter with shortstop Grace Vincent, her partner today. And over at third base, we have Shea Seward. Into the outfield, Anya Adams in right field, Michaela Jackson in left, as Katie Painter grounds out for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Caitlin Powell. And to finish off the defense for the Broncos is center fielder Cameron McCutcheon. First pitch in there for a call strike to Powell. 0-1. Powell, one of the top contact hitters for the Pacers. Count even up at 1-1 on Powell. She's in the top 5 for batting average for this Pacers squad. As that misses low and in. 2 balls and a strike to the Pacer catcher. Inside again, 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 pitch is swung on, and that's going to be a fair ball down the third base side. It's a base hit for Caitlin Powell. And the Pacers have 1 aboard with 1 out for the shortstop, KB Moore. And you want to talk about contact hitters. KB Moore knows how to make contact with the ball almost every swing. She has really stymied pitchers in terms of figuring ways to get her out as she fouls them off if she doesn't like the pitch in most cases. First pitch to Moore is up and in for a ball 1-0. Moore, chopper to third. They think about 2, but they'll throw to 1 as there's a double clutch at third in the hands of Seward. And that is 2 down with a runner on second now as Moore grounds out. So the designated player, Emily Ayers, will come up to bat. Runner on second with 2 outs for the Pacers. First pitch just misses inside, ball 1. Low and inside again, 2-0. Ground ball to short. A little shuffle step, and the throw to first is in time as Ayers sits down for the third out. Pacers leave 1 stranded. We're moving on to the second inning. It's still a scoreless ball game. And we are back, top of the second inning, getting underway. First pitch from Cockrell is high and away to the leadoff batter, Lena Reed. Reed also the catcher in today's game. Ball gets away all the way to the backstop. Inside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Popped up into deep right field. That one could actually be trouble, and that one is trouble as it is gone. A solo home run for Lena Reed, and Fayetteville State is on the board to start things off here in game number 1. So Bernica Adams will dig in now. Or correction, Bernica Brown, not Bernica Adams. She's stepping into the batter's box now. First pitch missing for ball 1. And the count moves to 2-0 now. Count now 2-1 as Cockrell finds the strike zone. Up and away. No, upper outside corner called strike. 2-2. Check swing fouled off. So the count stays frozen at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sent to third. Hutto with the toss over to first, and that gets there with plenty of time for the first out. Anya Adams will come up to the plate now. Nobody on and 1 out. And she goes after the first pitch, strike 1. A swing and a miss. Count 0-2. Outside, 1-2. And the 1-2 is up and away, 2-2. Fouled off, and we'll do it over. Again, the 2-2, this one is sent foul. So we will do it over one more time. In there for strike 3. Cockrell takes down Adams for the second out. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Michaela Jackson, the left fielder, comes up and she fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. In there for a call strike, 0-2. Fouled off and into the dugout. Count stays frozen at 0-2 strikes. Low and away for a ball, 1-2. Just missing with that one. 2-2 strike. Counts all evened up to Jackson. Swing and a miss. Jackson down on strikes for the third and final out. But Lena Reed hits a solo home run right underneath the scoreboard out there in right field as the Broncos lead the Pacers 1-0 headed to the bottom of the second. And we are right back at it. Bottom of the second inning getting underway. Courtney Strauss leads it off, and she grounds one to short. Going to be a tough play as it's bobbled, but the throw gets to first in time. Strauss down on one pitch for the first out. So Shaq Bosket will step up to the plate now with 1 out and nobody on. And Bosket fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Bosket sends that one out into deep right field, and the outfielders are just going to let this one go as it is over the scoreboard and gone. Bosket answers back with a solo shot of her own over the scoreboard instead of under it, and the Pacers have tied this one up at 1 apiece. Jessica Smith will come up to bat now. Nobody on, 1 out, and a 1-1 ball game. Pitch low and inside. Smith just able to get out of the way of it. Fouled up, out of play, and onto the Pacer dugout. So the count is even at 1-1. Another foul ball, again out of play, and this one towards the parking lot, and just misses some cars. Again fouled off. Smith battling in there now. Grounded through past the diving shortstop into center field. Smith with a single, thinks about two. But she'll just hold up with one as she has a base hit to bring up Deja Robinson. Pitch is high and away for a ball. Pitch high and away. 2-0. Right down the middle for a call strike, 2-1. A swing and a miss from Robinson, leaving the count up at 2-2. Fouled off out of play, and we'll do it over. Ground to the third. They'll throw to second for one, and that's all they'll get as Robinson reaches safely with no throw. And we'll bring up Macy Hutto. Hutto, the number 9 hitter in this Pacer lineup. No, one on and 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Low and inside, Robinson takes off for second. The throw is not in time, I guess. No call from the umpire out there. Don't normally see that. Pitch inside for a ball. So a stolen base for Robinson puts a runner in scoring position for Hutto. And Hutto sends one slowly up the middle. This is going to be a tough play. The throw to first is not in time. A base hit for Macy Hutto will keep the inning going and put runners on the corners for the leadoff batter, Katie Painter. Just enough of a topspin on that ball to get a nice bounce on it, and Hutto reached safely because of that. Couldn't drive in a run, but that's what Katie Painter is hoping to do as she digs in for her second at-bat of the game, 0 for 1. And she sends it right back to the circle. Great backhanded stop by Bernica Brown as she gets Painter for the third and final out. Pacers leave two stranded, but they get a solo home run off the bat of Shaq Bosket to tie this one up at 1 as we head to the third inning. And so to the top of the third inning we go of USC Aiken Softball, presented by Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, proud sponsors of USC Aiken Softball and USC Aiken Athletics, and Aiken Flooring, you can stand on us. Caroline Cockrell back out there in the circle, dealing the first pitch to Mallory Carpenter, who lets it go by for ball 1. We are all tied at 1-1 here at J.H. Satcher Field on this Monday afternoon. It's a slow chopper foul down the third base side. Evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cockrell gets her to chase a 1-2. Ground ball, past a diving Painter and into center field for a base hit. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, 0-1. Popped up behind the plate. Powell's got a read on it, and she makes the catch for the first out. So Cameron McCutcheon down for the first out of the inning. Stepping up is the top of the order leadoff batter, third baseman Shea Seward. She struck out her first time up, 0 for 1 today, and she's 0 for 1, or 0-1 in the count right now. She tries to lay down a bunt, but bunts it foul for strike 2. Pitch is outside. 1-2 strikes the count to the leadoff batter. Inside, ball gets away from Powell. She has no idea where it is, and that's going to allow Carpenter to reach second. Fouled off, so we'll do it over. And a swing and a miss, strike three, and that will put down Seward for the second out. Grace Vincent will dig in now. She's also 0 for 1 with a strikeout on the day. Runner on second with 2 outs. And she goes after the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Lofted out into right field. Strauss thinks she has a play at first. She does not, so it's a base hit for Vincent. And it'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs. And so Riley Williams coming up to the plate, also 0 for 1. She ended the first by grounding out to right field in her first at-bat. Runners on the corners with 2 outs and a chance to regain the lead as she goes after the first pitch and misses for strike one. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down to second is going to result in a rundown. A run scores on the play, however. And Painter applies the tag. But a run scores on the rundown. As we move on to the bottom of the third inning, it is 2-1 Fayetteville State leading the Pacers with USC Aiken coming to bat. And we're back. Bottom of the third inning of USC Aiken softball presented by the South Carolina Education Lottery. When you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, you're giving a chance. Caitlin Powell will lead off the bottom of the third as the Pacers trail 2-1 to Fayetteville State. And she goes after the first pitch and sends it into center field for a base hit. Powell wasting no time in trying to get aboard as she is now 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And now KB Moore will come up to bat. 0 for 1 today, but now has a runner on first with nobody out. And she sends that one deep out into left center field. That one is gone. A 2-run shot for KB Moore. And just like that, the Pacers have the lead. It is 3-2 USC Aiken off the bat of the Pacers shortstop. USC Aiken wasting no time in making up lost ground as both batters go after their first pitch and see results immediately. And now the designated player, Emily Ayers, will have to follow that one up. Ayers 0 for 1 today. Up and away for a ball, 1-0. And Ayers pops that one up. This is shallow left field, and it is dropped. Ayers will reach as the shortstop, Grace Vincent, couldn't keep a hand on it. And that will bring up Courtney Strauss for USC Aiken. Strauss 0 for 1 today, but has a runner on first with nobody out here in the third inning. And Strauss fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Pitch high and away for a ball as Strauss lays off of it. So an even count of 1-1 to the Pacer right fielder. Chopper to third, bobbled. Long throw to first is not in time. Strauss reaches safely. And they're going to call that an E5. So Shaq Bosket digs in. 2 on, nobody out for Bosket, who has already gone yard today. She hit a solo shot over the scoreboard back in the second inning. Pitch inside corner for a call strike. The 0-1 is high and away, 1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Popped up behind the plate, but that's going to end up in the stands. And over to the press box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, and nobody out for Shaq Bosket. Inside, full count. And that one will go off of Boskett's left leg as she reaches first base on a hit by pitch. It would have been ball 4 anyway. So the bases are loaded for Jessica Smith. Smith, who earlier in the year came into a situation very similar to this and ended up clearing the bases with an RBI double. Golden opportunity here for USC Aiken to extend their lead as they lead the Broncos of Fayetteville State 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Smith is low and inside for a ball. And we'll see how they approach her. Smith has a powerful bat, one of the top home run hitters on this Pacer team. Infield is playing in a bit more. They're worried about the run at home. And Smith pops it up a mile into the air, foul territory, third base side. And they're calling out a fair ball. And a little pushing and shoving here as Ayers made contact with the third baseman, Seward. So Smith reaches first base. Ayers is out trying to score. And so we'll get right back to it. Deja Robinson digging in now with one out and bases loaded. And Robinson sends that one out into deep left field. That one is gone. A grand slam home run for Deja Robinson, and that clears them all. The Pacers now lead it a commanding 7-2. That's going to draw a visit to the circle as Robinson has made a statement here in the bottom of the third inning. Pacers up by 5. It's 7-2, and Fayetteville State is going to go to the bullpen and bring out a new pitcher. We're going to take a short break and be right back. And we are back with a brand new pitcher out there in the circle for the Broncos. And that new pitcher is Ashlyn Zook, taking over for Branika Brown. Well, nobody on and one out for Macy Hutto. And you can thank Deja Robinson for that as she cranked a grand slam home run out there over the left field wall. So Hutto digs in 1-for-1 today with a single. And the first pitch missing for ball one. And Hutto makes some solid contact and grounds it into left field for a base hit. Hutto now 2-for-2 today, and that will bring up Katie Painter. Painter 0-for-2 in today's contest. First pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1. Show a bunt, pitches inside. 1-1. Popped up. Shallow right field. And that one's caught right on the foul line for the second out. And now Caitlin Powell will step up. Powell 2-for-2 with a pair of singles. Also came around to score on the 2-run shot by KB Moore, which happened earlier in this inning. Pitch high and outside for a ball, 1-0. And a slow ground ball to third. Throw to first is in time for the third and final out, but the Pacers put 6 up on the board as they lead it 7-2, headed into the top of the fourth inning. And we move on to the top of the fourth inning. Broncos will send Riley Williams back up to the plate to complete her at bat. Pacers leading Fayetteville State 7-2 as the top of the fourth gets underway. And Caroline Cockrell deals the first pitch in there for a strike. Just misses with that one to even the count at 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. Up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounded foul, so we'll do it over. A little soft looper, and Macy Hutto reaches up and makes the catch. Well, she was out of position to make the play, but she did it anyway. 1 down here in the 4th. Lena Reed will come up to bat. She is 1 for 1 today with a solo shot home run back in the 2nd. Goes after the first pitch, sends it out to Courtney Strauss in right field, who makes the catch for the 2nd out. And that will bring up the new batter and new pitcher, Ashlyn Zook, who took over for Bernica Brown, who was 0 for 1 before coming out of the game. And a swing and a miss from Zook, strike 1. Popped up high into the air. Katie Painter barely having to move as she makes the catch for the 3rd and final out. A 1-2-3 inning. We're off to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's USC Aiken 7, Fayetteville State 2. And we are back with the bottom of the 4th inning about to get underway. KB Moore will lead it off for the Pacers as they lead Fayetteville State 7-2. Moore is 1 for 2 today as she cranked a 2-run shot in her last at-bat. And now Moore digs in, getting ready for her 3rd at-bat of the game. And Zook deals the first pitch. And that one is upstairs for ball 1, 1-0. Low and inside, 2-0. High fly ball. This one's going to be in shallow left field. Coming over to make the catch is the center fielder, Cameron McCutcheon, for the first out. So Emily Ayers digs in. 0 for 2, reached on an error in her last at-bat. First pitch in there for a call strike, 0-1. Right down the middle for another call strike, 0-2. Line foul and out of play. Cranked again, and again foul, out of play. Pitch misses low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul tip into the glove, and Ayers is down for the second out. And that will bring up Courtney Strauss. Strauss is 0 for 2 as she also reached on an error in her last at-bat. And she goes after the first pitch, sends it out into center field. This is going to be trouble, and this one's going to be gone. A solo home run over dead center field for Courtney Strauss, and that makes the Pacer lead 8-2. Strauss has wasted no time in any of her at-bats, and this time it really paid off. And now Shaq Bosket will come up, who also has a home run today. Bosket is 1 for 1 with a home run and was hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance. Pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0. Bosket thinks about going after it, lays off as the pitch missed high. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Bosket lines that one into center field. That one's going to go to the wall and be a base hit. Bosket's hustling for second. The throw comes in off the mark. It's a 2-out double for Shaq Bosket. And the inning will continue as Jessica Smith comes to the plate. Smith is 1 for 2 today. Is singled and reached on a fielder's choice. And fouled off. Strike 1. Swing and a miss, tied her up on an off-speed pitch. And the count 0-2 to Smith. And call strike 3, Smith down for the third and final up. But the Pacers add another run on the solo shot by Courtney Strauss. They lead it 8-2 as we move on to the top of the fifth inning. And we're back with the top of the fifth inning of USC Aiken softball presented by Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. For all of your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, count on Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance and Aiken Fish House and Oyster Bar. Southern seafood served up with Southern hospitality. Stop on in and tell them Pacer Sports sent you. Ground ball to second, and it is a quick one away here in the top of the fifth inning. Anya Adams sits down for the first out, and now Michaela Jackson will step up to the plate. Brianna Dow, I believe, has come in to take over for Katie Painter at second. Jackson digs in. And the first pitch is high and away for a ball, 1-0. And sliced foul. And that'll be strike one to even the count at 1-1. And fouled off. So 1-2 strikes the count to Jackson. A A swing and a miss. Jackson down on strikes for the second time today and for the second out of the inning. And now Mallory Carpenter digs in. Carpenter is 1 for 1 with a single today. And she goes after the first pitch. Strauss is going to give this chase, but it's going to go over her head and to the wall. Carpenter rounding first, heading for second. The throw comes in, not in time. And it's a 2-out double for the Broncos' second baseman. That'll bring up Cameron McCutcheon. McCutcheon 0 for 1 today. Runner on second with 2 outs. And she grounds the first pitch foul for strike 1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Ball in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off, so we'll do it over. Popped up near the circle, and Macy Hutto comes in to make the catch for the third and final out. That'll move us on to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Pacers still up 8-2 over the Broncos. And now we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Marcus Johnson here again. Thank you for joining us on your Monday afternoon as the Pacers lead Fayetteville State 8-2. And Deja Robinson, a big reason for why they're leading by such a margin, steps up to the plate. First pitch in there for a strike. Robinson is 1 for 2 today as she hit a grand slam in her last at-bat back in the 3rd inning. Inside corner for a call strike, 0-2. Line up the middle and through for a base hit. That'll bring up Macy Hutto. Hutto is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles today. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Hutto goes after that one, fouls it out of play for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Line to third and caught. Robinson able to hustle back to the bag at first to avoid getting doubled up. And now we will see Brianna Dow come up to the plate. Dow coming in for Katie Painter, who went 0 for 3 today. First pitch low for a ball. Robinson easily takes second as the pitch was bobbled in the dirt. Stolen base for Deja Robinson and a 1-0 count at the plate for Dow. A base hit up the middle and into the gap for Dow. Robinson rounding third. She will score easily. Dow is in at second with a stand-up RBI double. And the Pacers now lead it 9-2 here in the fifth. And now Caitlin Powell up to the plate. Powell 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Runner on second with one out here in the fifth. One more run and the Pacers can end it here as the first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. And Powell gets a base hit into left field. Dow is going to come home. The throw is not in time. Brianna Dow scores. Powell makes it into second. And that will do it as the Pacers take game number 1 by a score of 10-2. Thanks to Caitlin Powell closing it out with an RBI single of her own. Well, we're going to take a bit of a break here as they clean up the field and reset the lines, and we'll be back in about 25 to 30 minutes for game number 2 between the USC Aiken Pacers and the Fayetteville State Broncos, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 about to get underway between the USC Aiken Pacers and the Fayetteville State Broncos. In the circle today for the Pacers for the second game is Tracy Truesdale, as her first pitch ends up going off of catcher Emily Ayers for ball 1. Shea Seward leading things off for the Broncos here in the second game. Also getting the start at third base as the pitch is low and away for a ball. Give the rest of the Pacer defense while we can. Again, catching behind the plate for Tracy Truesdale is Emily Ayers. Over at first base for today's game is Kat St. Peter. Second baseman is Brianna Dow. At shortstop, K.B. Moore as the pitch finds the strike zone to make it 2-1. And over at third base, Savannah Drozda getting the start today. Into the outfield we go with a left fielder, Shaq Bosket, and right field, Courtney Strauss. And the center fielder for today's game is Deja Robinson. Even counted 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. And a swing and a miss. Truesdale takes down Seward for the first out. And now Mallory Carpenter, the second baseman, will dig in. And that one is fouled off for strike 1. Pacers ended game number 1 in the 5th inning by mercy rule as Caitlin Powell drove in the winning run to make the final score 10-2. Now they're looking to get the sweep here with game number 2, as it's an 0-2 count to Carpenter. Slow ground ball to short. Moore has it and gets it over to first for the second out. Lena Reed up to bat now. Reed hit a solo shot in the last game. Went 1 for 2 overall. And the first pitch, just missing low and away for a ball, 1-0. Ball in the dirt, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike to Reed. Outside for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Just finds the corner there to make the count full. Just misses outside for ball 4 and a 2-out walk to Reed. We'll keep the inning going. That'll bring up Grace Vincent. And I believe the Broncos want to make a... Do they want to have a pinch runner come in? And it looks like that's what they're going to be doing. Michaela Jackson is going to come in to pinch run for Reed. So 2 outs and 1 on as shortstop Grace Vincent digs in. Vincent went 1 for 2 in game 1. And she goes after the first pitch, a soft looper over to Moore, who makes the catch right on the edge of the infield and the outfield. As we move on to the bottom of the first inning, it is still no score between either squad. And welcome to the bottom of the first inning, folks. Marcus Johnson here. Thank you for joining us for Game 2 between USC Aiken and Fayetteville State. Brianna Dow will lead things off for the Pacers against Ashlyn Zook, who's getting the start in the circle in Game 2. Rest of the Bronco defense, Riley Williams at first base. Over at second base, Mallory Carpenter. The shortstop is Grace Vincent, and Shea Seward is the third baseman. Catching behind the plate is Elena Reed, and into the outfield, Anya Adams is the starting left fielder. Center fielder Cameron McCutcheon, and Ava Basket takes right field. The 1-0 to Dow is in the dirt, 2-0. Dow came in for Katie Painter in game number 1, and she promptly hit a double in her only at-bat of the game. Ended up scoring the winning run off the bat of Caitlin Powell as she gets a base hit here into left field. Leadoff single for Dow gets the Pacers going in the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up today's designated player, Caitlin Powell. Low and inside, 1-0. Grounded, just foul down the first base side. Would have been a deadly play had that one stayed fair, but at the last second it just skirted foul. So an even 1-1 count to Powell. Just misses inside on the DP. So 2 balls and a strike to Powell. Inside again, 3-1. Powell grounds it sharply to third. They'll throw to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time, so Powell able to beat out the double play. So 1 down as KB Moore comes up to bat. Moore had a good outing in game number 1, going 1 for 3 with a 2-run blast. And a slow ground ball foul for strike 1. Inside corner for a call strike. Powell now sitting over at second base as she took it when no one was looking. Although an 0-2 count to KB Moore at the plate. Misses low, 1-2. Bounces well in front of the plate. Powell thinks about taking off for third, but is going to hold up. And the count evens up at 2-2 at the plate to Moore. Swing and a miss. Moore down on strikes for the second out. Now we'll see Courtney Strauss come up to the plate. Strauss also went deep in game 1, going 1 for 3 with a solo shot. High and away for a ball, 1-0. And that one is sent into the gap in left center field. That's going to score a run. Powell comes home and scores easily, and Strauss is in at second with a stand-up 2-out RBI double to get the Pacers on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. And now Shaq Bosket coming to the plate. Pacers up 1-0 now. Runner on second base, still 2 out. And the pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Bosket also went deep in her first game, having a good offensive day, coming to the plate 3 times, reaching safely all 3 with a home run, a double, and a hit by pitch. Pitch is high for a ball, 2-0. And chopped foul. 2 balls and a strike. Grounded to short, scooped on up and fired to first, and that will do it. Pacers leave one stranded, but they drive one home on the RBI double by Courtney Strauss as they lead it 1-0 headed into the top of the second inning. And we enter the the top of the second inning. Pacers up 1-0 over the Broncos as Anya Adams, the left fielder for Fayetteville State, leads it off. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Adams went 0 for 2 in the first game. In there for a call strike, count quickly 0-2. Grounded up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And so Abigail Johnson coming to the plate now, the designated player in today's affair for Fayetteville State. 1 on and nobody out, and she goes after the first pitch, fouls it off for strike 1. This is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Count now 2-1. Chopped foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count evens up. Swing and a miss, and that will sit her down as Johnson goes down on strikes for the first out. Cameron McCutcheon digging in now. Runner goes for second. The throw is in time. Anya Adams gets caught trying to steal second base. Great throw there from Emily Ayers. And now it's 2 outs and nobody on for center fielder Cameron McCutcheon. And the count now evened up at 1-1 on McCutcheon. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And a call of time here. 1 ball, 2 strikes still count the count. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. Oh, not a swing and a miss, a swing and a foul tip. McCutcheon just catching enough of that to stay alive. And another swing and a miss. And that one will sit down McCutcheon for the third and final out. A quick inning for the Pacers as we move on to the second. It is 1-0 with USC Aiken on top of Fayetteville State. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, the Pacers lead the Broncos 1-0. And leading off is catcher Emily Ayers. Ayers was 0 for 3 in game 1. And the first pitch to Ayers is in there for a strike. That one is ripped foul out of play, strike 2. And judging from the reaction, I think that made contact with a car. Hit a car, win a prize, as some people are saying. Although, I'm not too sure about that, as that one is sent into the gap in left center field and cut on off. Ayers is going to hustle in for second. The throw is not in time. It is a leadoff double for the Pacer catcher here in the second inning. And now we'll see Kat St. Peter come up to the plate, making her first appearance of the day. And the first pitch to St. Peter is fouled off for strike 1. The 0-1. Chopper to third. They're going to check the runner. The throw to first is in time. And St. Peter is down for the first out. That will bring up Deja Robinson, who smashed a grand slam in game number 1. One of 4 Pacers to go yard, which ties a school record, which has been done several times, but it's always nice to see another squad do that. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. Take a little bit of time here as that one. The ball was actually fouled off and made contact with Reed. It's a little shaken up on the play. Pacers were about to send out the training staff to see if she needed any help. She waves them off as she's stretching herself out and getting ready to get back into this one. Fouled off, 0-2. And sent high into the air, out and into center field. And that one's going to be caught for the second out. Tagging and advancing is Ayers on the play. So Savannah Drozda up to bat now. Runner on third with 2 outs. Drozda getting the start at third base today, making her first appearance of the day. And the first pitch misses low for ball 1. In there for a strike. 1-1. Fouled off. The count 1-2 to Drozda. In there for a call strike 3. Drozda down looking for the third and final out. Pacers leave one stranded as we head over to the top of the third inning. It is still 1-0 USC Aiken. Top of the third inning getting underway of USC Aiken softball presented by the South Carolina Education Lottery. When you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, not only taking a chance, you're giving a chance. And Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, proud sponsors of USC Aiken softball and USC Aiken athletics. Paces up 1-0 as Riley Williams faces a 1-1 count to lead off the inning. Fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just misses with that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Counts all evened up. Rounded fair off of the bag at third base and into left field along the line. Bosket has a little trouble handling it, but it's no harm, no foul, as staying at first is Williams with a leadoff single. That will bring up Ava Basket, the right fielder and number 9 hitter, with a runner on first and nobody out. Pitch high and away, moves the count to 1-1. Chopper up the middle. Moore has it, steps on the bag, fires to first, and that's going to end up going wide. Doesn't go into the dugout, though, as St. Peter hustles and picks it up. Strauss coming in from right field to cover the bag at first just in case. However, Moore is able to get the lead runner. So it's one out and a runner on first for the top of the order in Seward, who struck out her first time up. First pitch upstairs, ball one. Fouled off. 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. Fly ball out into center field. Robinson is there and makes the catch and fires it in to hold the runner up at first. And it's 2 away here in the top of the third. The Mallory Carpenter up to bat, 0 for 1 today. Ground to the third, Drozda has it. Tosses it to first and gets it there for the third and final out. Broncos leave one stranded. We're off to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 USC Aiken. And the bottom of the third inning about to get underway of USC Aiken softball presented by Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. For all of your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, count on Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance and Aiken Fish House and Oyster Bar. Southern seafood served up with Southern hospitality. Stop on in and tell them Pacer Sports sent you. Leading off the bottom of the third inning is the leadoff batter, Brianna Dow, who singled to start off the game. First pitch is low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Grounded foul down the third base side. And a call strike Moves the count to 1-2 strikes. That one is sent on out into center field and deep, and that one is gone. A solo home run for Brianna Dow, and the Pacers now lead it 2-0. Well, that'll bring up Caitlin Powell. Powell reached on a fielder's choice in her first at-bat. Nobody on and nobody out, with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Ball in the dirt. 1-1 strike. Ripped down the left field side, but foul. 1-2 strikes to the Pacer DP. Fouled off out of play, and the count stays frozen at 1-2 strikes. Another ball in the dirt. Count evens up at 2-2. Line up the middle and through for a base hit. Ball bobbled in center field, but Powell will stop at first with a single. And that will bring up KB Moore. Moore 0 for 1 today. And Moore makes some contact with that one and loops it over the heads of the infield. That's going to be a base hit for KB Moore. Wasn't hard contact, but it was enough to get it right where it needed to be. And that puts runners on first and second with nobody out for Courtney Strauss. Strauss is 1 for 1 today. She doubled in her first at-bat, which drove in the first Pacer run. And she's going to single through the left side. Rounding third and heading home is Caitlin Powell. She scores, and it's an RBI single for Courtney Strauss as the Pacers now lead it 3-0. Well, the inning started off with a solo home run, and then was 3 straight singles as we have Shaq Bosket coming up to bat. Runners still on first and second, still nobody out. You're in the bottom of the third inning. And Bosket grounds it to third to step on the bag for 1. The long throw to first is in time to complete the double play. Advancing to second is Courtney Strauss on the play. That will bring up Emily Ayers. Ayers doubled her first time up, and she grounds the first one just foul down the third base side. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Hard shot to third, bobbled around, and no play anywhere as Strauss was caught in no man's land, had to hustle back to the bag at second. Safely reaching first is Ayers. They're going to go ahead and score that one a single, as she made solid contact with that as Kat St. Peter comes to the plate. Once again, runners on first and second with 2 outs. St. Peter 0 for 1 today. And she's going to ground that one down the third base side and fair off the bag. Strauss rounds third and heads home. She will score easily. It's an RBI single for Kat St. Peter, and the Pacers now lead 4-0. Deja Robinson up to bat now. Robinson 0 for 1 today. Flew out on a hard hit ball to center field. Some dark clouds starting to move on in, and threat of rain has got somebody bringing out their umbrella. First pitch to Robinson is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. High and outside, 1-1. And another fly ball out into deep center field. This one could be trouble. This one is gone. Deja Robinson hits another home run, her second in as many games. And that one really is going to put the Pacers well ahead. Deja Robinson is having an offensive day, to be sure. That was a 3-run shot for Robinson. The Pacers now lead 7-0, and Savannah Drozda will come up to bat with the bases empty and 2 outs, and a couple of raindrops hitting the window of the press box. Drozda digging in, 0 for 1 today, struck out in her first at-bat. High and outside for a ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that just enough to get her to go around, 1-1. Drozda puts it right back up the middle. Throw to first is in time for the third and final out. But the Pacers plate 6 runs in the bottom of the third inning to lead it 7-0 as we head on to the fourth. And we'll try to hurry this one along as the clouds keep rolling in, and they don't look too friendly. It's the top of the fourth inning. Pacers up 7-0 on Fayetteville State, and leading off is Lena Reed. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0, or 1-0. High and away, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch got her to chase. 2 balls and a strike. Up and away, 3-1. Popped up. Right side. This is going to be a tough play for Strauss as she makes the running catch in foul territory for the first out. That'll bring up Grace Vincent. Vincent 0 for 1. A little soft looper, and Kat St. Peter comes over to make the catch for the second out. Anya Adams up to bat now, who singled in her first at-bat. 1 for 1 today. Fouled off for strike 1. Here's a chopper. Moore gets it on a backhand. Off balance. Throw to first is in time for the third and final out. A good 1-2-3 inning thanks to a nice defensive play by KB Moore. We're heading off to the bottom of the fourth. Pacers still up 7-0. And the warm-up toss is getting over with pretty quickly. Brianna Dow will lead it off, hit a solo home run her last time up. She is 2 for 2 today and is 3 for 3 on the day as a whole. Looking to keep up the hot streak here in the top of the fourth, or bottom of the fourth inning as she rips it foul for strike 1. Ball low and inside, 1-1. High and away for a ball. And the count moves to 2-1 to the Pacer second baseman. And that one is sent on out into deep center field. That one is gone. Brianna Dow hits her second home run of the day, and the hot streak continues. It is now 8-0 USC Aiken. Brianna Dow is having herself a day, to say the least. And that will bring up Caitlin Powell. Powell is 1 for 2 today with a single in her last at-bat. Pitches upstairs for ball 1. Upper outside corner for a call strike, 1-1. Ripped foul down the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. High and outside. 2-2. Grounded to third, stopped, fired to first, and gets there in time. Good defensive play there from Seward to get Powell for the first out. And that will bring up KB Moore. Moore is 1 for 2 with a single of her own today. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Low and inside. 1-1. Ground ball to short. Easy scoop, and the throw to first is not in time, as it's going to draw Williams off the bag. Moore reaching on an error. An E6, and that will bring up Courtney Strauss. Strauss is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And Strauss goes after the first pitch, sends it out into deep center field, and it will be caught for the second out. And Shaq Bosket up to the plate now. 0 for 2 on the day. And Bosket turns on that one and sends it a mile, but it's going to hook foul and out of play. Another hard ground ball, but this one foul as well. So an 0-2 count to Bosket with a runner on first and 2 out. And Bosket sends that one out deep. That one is going to be gone. That is the 4th home run of the day. Back-to-back games with 4 home runs for the Pacers. Again, tying that school record, and they now lead it 10-0. After that, Emily Ayers will come up to the plate now. 10-0 your score. Pacers have been putting on a show with their bats in both of these games. As Ayers digs in, she is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Ball misses low. And that one is sent on out. Good hard shot, and that one will be caught by the left fielder Adams to end it. But the Pacers add 3 more to their lead. They're headed into the top of the 5th with a chance to close it out early, leading 10-0. And the top of the 5th inning gets underway with a wild pitch to start it off to Abigail Johnson, the designated player, and I actually made contact with her. So Johnson hit by a pitch to start off the game. Start off the inning. The game started a few innings ago. And I think we're going to have a possible pinch runner. And it looks like it's going to be the case. A pinch runner coming in for Johnson. We'll see who the Broncos pull out of their dugout to take over base running duty. And they are going to bring in Michaela Jackson to pinch run again. So a runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. A 10-0 ball game as the Pacers lead. Pitch high and away. Runner goes for second. The throw is on the line and in time. Great throw there from Ayers to get Jackson trying to steal second for the first out. Word to the wise, do not run on Ayers. She has got a cannon. And the count now moves to 0-2 as that pitch finds the strike zone. Outside for a ball. 1-2. Soft ground ball in front of the plate. Going to be a tough one. Ayers fires to first and gets it there in time for the second out. Ayers coming up big on back-to-back outs. And that will bring up Riley Williams. Williams is 1 for 1 today, singled in her first at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 5th inning, and this is the last chance for Fayetteville State. First pitch low and inside, ball 1. Job to third, Drozda has it cleanly, throw to first is off the mark, and that one rolls into the Pacer bench. So the game will continue on the E5. Ava Basket up to the plate now. Rounded into a fielder's choice in her first at-bat, 0 for 1. Runner on second with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Just misses to even the count at 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Up and away, 3 balls, 1 strike to Basket. High and outside, ball 4. Basket will draw the 2-out walk to put runners on first and second. And bring us back to the top of the order as Shea Seward comes up. First pitch missing low and away for a ball. 1-0. High and away for a ball. 2-0. Snap throw down to first on a call strike. Throw was not in time, though. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count at the plate. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch got her. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on top of the 5th inning. 10-0 ball game. Pacers leading the Broncos. And Truesdale deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will do it. The Pacers have taken game 2 of the doubleheader by a score of 10-0 to complete the sweep, as they improve to 15-5 overall on the season. An impressive record, to say the least, before they head into conference play. But before they do that, they have a matchup with Newberry, set for March 4th at 3 with a doubleheader with game 1 starting at 3 o'clock p.m. And then East Stroudsburg comes to town on March the 9th. Another doubleheader with Game 1's first pitch slotted for 6 o'clock p.m. Those are your next 2 home games, so hope to see you out here at J.H. Satterfield tonight. You can catch all of the Pacer action on PacerSports.com and the Pacer Athletics YouTube channel. But until then, I am Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us, and have a good one.